Hey BoLS fans, AdamHarry. Today we have a special narrative battle. We are doing a campaign game set in the Damocles Gulf campaign. It is the IG Astra Militarum versus Tau. We have a very special board set up with some wacky special rules. Big Red and I are going to be doing it for you today. So with that said, let's go take a look at the board and go over some of the cool rules. So the special mission for today is that the Astra Militarum has to get the Arbus Slider from there to the base. The Arbus Slider was shot down, was carrying some critical supplies that the Astra Militarum needed to defend this planet against the Tau. In the middle of the battle, the Arbus Slider was shot down. The Elysian drop troopers were sent in to recover it. They're actually in an Atlas recovery vehicle right there, and then also flanking it with a Chimera and some special Taros there, light transports to get them over. The Arbus Slider being shot down is not flyable, so special rule for that is actually to start on the board, touching the board edge. It can't fly. It only moves when it's in contact with the Atlas recovery vehicle. It moves a maximum of 12 inches a turn, and it moves based on the last infantry model to touch it. It starts, of course, under Astra Militarum control. The Tau, as you can see, IG have this bastion set up as well, so they've got some defenses. They deploy first, obviously. The Tau are not on the board, they're just there for pictures right now. But basically, it's kind of a flipped deployment. The Tau Air Force is going to come in first. So everything with a flyer special rule comes in turn 1. 50% of their list had to be flyers. Everything else is in reserve and starts rolling in on turn 2. So it is an attacker-defender scenario, so the Tau, being the attackers, are going to go first. The defenders do not have the option to seize, simply because if they seize and go first and nothing's on the board, they win, so that's super lame. So this being a narrative battle, we're nixing that in the bud right there. The next thing up is to win the game, the Imperial Guard player has to get the Arbus Slider either touching the base, that's an auto win, or it needs to be on their board half at the end of the game, whether it's turn 5, 6, or 7, just based on the scenario how this goes down. So yeah, basically the deployment over here as well is 24 inches from that side, and the IG also have, Astra Militarum have 12 inches on this board edge as well. So the two short table edges. The Tau can come in from either long board edge. So when their Air Force comes in, they're a rapid strike force that was redeployed to stop the refuel, resupply to the base. So that's why the Air Force is showing up first, followed by the ground troops, depending on what makes it. So with that said, we're playing about 2,200 points, give or take some change. This is for fun, so we're just kind of spitballing lists. But we'll go over all the really cool flyers right now. So Big Red, let's go over your list. All right, Big Red, walk us through your list. Okay. What do you got?
First of all, we're going to go over the aircast portion. This is about 1,000 points. We have a Tiger Shark right here, which is a Lord of War. It's got twin-linked ion cannons. It has 2 burst cannons. It has missile racks, which are right here. And then it has, most importantly, it has on the bottom of it, you can't say it has this cool bay that pops out, and it has a squadron of 15 gun drones.
Boom.
So there's that. Over here we have 2 Remora drone fighters.
Ooh, that true real quick. Yeah.
There they are.
There we go. There's the second one.
There they are. And they have 2 long-ranged burst cannons and a pair of seeker missiles.
Cool.
Which is kind of cool. We have 2 Barracudas, standard Tau air superiority fighters. So that's the Air Force. This is all showing up on turn 1, and they're going to be going first.
Yep.
And then what's going to reserve in is the guys who are racing to try to get to the Atlas and take it over. And we wanted to use a lot of kind of weird miniatures that you don't normally see. So first of all, when's the last time you saw 2 Sky Rays?
Is that what those are called?
Yes, Sky Ray. That's how you pronounce that. There's 2 of them. They're just standard, and we figured they're kind of providing air cover. They're working with the airplanes. It's kind of neat, and you never see Sky Rays.
That's true.
We have a squadron of 3 Piranhas. These guys are quick, fast. They all have meltas, and then to actually attempt to capture the because there has to be some actual infantry. This is all kind of here to protect these 2 guys. We have 2 Devilfish that are each full of Fire Warriors.
Cool.
That's it. And so the blue part shows up on turn 1. The tan part all starts reserving on turn 2.
So is it Earthcast or whatever?
Earthcast.
There you go.
Firecast.
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 Fire, earth, water, air.
Yeah, earth, wind, and fire.
Heart. Okay. And then, yeah, let me go over the IG list real fast. for the Astra Militarum, nothing too fancy. We're taking a lot of bread and butter stuff here. So I've got 2 Vanquishers here. This is, again, unbound, basically. So just pulling out whatever it felt like. 2 Vanquishers, a Chimera full of the veterans, which are going to be the Elysian drop troops. We've got the Atlas recovery vehicle towing the Argus Flighter, and again, that was actually free, so we're not counting that towards points. Got a squadron of Limit Rush tanks. They're equipped with 3 heavy bolters and battle cannons, and autocannons up top as well. We've got the 2 Tauros... Centaurs, excuse me. Centaur light transports. They each hold 5 guys. They're forge-rolled special rules. They're cool. They move fast, shoot fast.
And those have stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers in them, exactly. So they're just they're basic veterans though. So basic veteran, whatever. They're veterans. And then we have 2 armored sentinels, autocannons as well. And then for the ground pounder part of this, we've got 3 heavy weapon teams up here as well. So there's 1, 2, 3. We have a command squad up here with a Lord Commissar as well. So it's 2 HQs up top. We've got an Aegis defense line with the the quad autocannon, and then this is also the last cannon. It's the one-shot Skyfire one, and then yeah, 2 IG 10-man troop squads, a 10-man squad. So with sergeants, nothing too fancy, just a lot of bread and butter units, and see if this giant armored column can recover the Arbor Slider. So, all right, let's go ahead and bring on the Tau for turn 1. Okay, so the Tau flyers have moved on, and just to clarify real quick, I want to make this perfectly clear. This basically counts as one whole model, and neither side can target it. So basically, Big Red has to shoot the vehicles around it without actually shooting at it. So if something scatters on top or whatever, that's fine. It's just it's invincible. The Tau don't want to damage the goods either. They're trying to capture it, so not destroy it. To make that perfectly clear. And then again, over here, it's this whole model basically, which is 2 models, but it needs to get within 24 inches of that board edge at the end of the game, or to touch the base, at which point it's game over. So and it only moves 12 inches, so he's got some time. So just want to make that perfectly clear before we start pulling models, because Tau is about to open up. So Tau shooting. Tau turn 1, they came in on this board edge right here. Half the guys, the other 2 Barracudas, they came in right there. They started opening up, as you can see here. Basically what happened is he took out one of the Centaurs and damaged the other one. Basically, Big Red, and we're talking about this, he's trying to limit my Astra Militarum ability to actually go in there and capture the vehicle once it's been taken by the Tau. So he's going after the infantry, going after the weak part of the army to get them out of the way. He did manage to put 2 hull points on the side armor, 13 Layman Russes. With burst cannons, or not burst cannons, but ion cannons and missile pods and all that fun stuff. So it wasn't a spectacular round of shooting, but it did slow me down a little bit, because that is going to hurt somewhat. What's bad is he didn't put a dent at all into any of the fire. We've dubbed this fire-based porcupine because that's a lot of spikes and guns. So we'll see what happens. Astra Militarum, turn 1. Astra Militarum, turn 1. Man, I was rolling some hot dice with those heavy bolters. I don't know if it's just because heavy bolters, but I was definitely rolling hot. I think it's because I was rolling on a fat mat. The official mat of bowls. But no, I actually really like these mats. You should pick one up though, seriously, because they're awesome. But anyway, that was just because I really like these mats. But no, seriously, I did roll a lot of heavy bolter hits. As you can see, Barracuda is gone. I turned these guys to shoot at it, and boom, 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 it went down. I had some other hot rolling over here. I did manage to hit the Barracuda once with a las cannon and put a hull point on it. I also killed a Remora just off the IG shooting over here. This bad boy actually has 2 hull points taken away from the autocannon. Like I said, it was just some hot dice. The Commissar put a wound on some other stuff too from the Icarus las cannon. That's why there's only 1 Remora left. So yeah, overall, not too bad shooting on my end. I mean, we took out 2 of the 5 flyers, so definitely thinned the herd. That Barracuda, though, it's tough. So yeah, we're going to Tau turn 2. He's going to start making some reserve rolls. See if he can't get some ground pounders on the board. Oh, Tau 2. Oh, it was dirty. So dirty. I'm going to go over this turn. I'll just start over here real quick. So he rolled his reserves. The only thing that didn't come in was 1 Devilfish. This Devilfish came in the corner here. The guys got out, double tapped into my vaporized las cannon heavy weapon squad. They're completely gone. It just strength 5. It was bad. These guys come out. The freaking gun drones. Not mention I hate drones. And I'll get to that more in a second. These drones come out and they just decided to like pop a guy or two. So that squad took some wounds. Thanks a lot. The interceptor on that missed. So awesome. So yeah, that was what's going on over here. On the armored column board edge, if you can see here, there's lots of gaps missing. I lost that Centaur. Those guys got out. It exploded. It didn't do any damage after it exploded, but whatever. These guys, the Sky Rays came in, blew up 2 Layman Russes. It was 2 Seeker missiles, all this crazy per guy. So it was just nuts, and then burst cannons just completely wiped out.
All into the rear.
So all into rear shots because that's where I was facing. So it just blew me to smithereens there. So anyway, 3 hull points on that one. One on that one carried over. That one's okay though, but he's now all by himself. What else happened? Oh, over here, the Vanquisher. These bad boys came in this corner edge right here, flew in formation, and just completely unloaded. He only managed to get 1 Vanquisher. That one's okay, so I'm not in too bad a shape. The Tiger Shark, which I called the Barracuda last turn, the big one right there, it came in and shot at the Chimera, and actually everything bounced. So Tau shooting wasn't 100% on, but it still hurt really bad. This is why I hate drones. These all drones popped out, and they ran into cover, so I have no line of sight really to shoot them. But here's what happened. This bad boy, this Tiger Shark, again, I mentioned, I think we said 15 drones. It's actually 14 drones. We looked it up. They came out and they ran and they got in base to base with the objective. So the way this works is if the unit is touching, then they have control of it. There's nowhere for this thing to move, so he didn't move it during his turn because they did it during the run step. So that's where they were able to make contact. So now technically Tau is in control of the objective. I've got a long way to go. It is turn 2. It is time for some IG retribution. Astra Militarum, unload. Let's get to business. All right, Astra Militarum, turn 2, bottom of turn 2. This was a crazy turn. As you know, before Tau came in and jacked me up pretty good. IG definitely got their payback though. So I'm going to walk you through what happened at Firebase Porcupine, and then we'll go over to the crazy melee nonsense that happened over here. Oh, okay. Let me see if I remember. Okay, so the Fire Wars got shot up from these 2 squads. The command squad up here fired down here. This squad here fired into them. The reason the command squad fired is the las cannon used interceptor and whiffed, so it can't shoot this turn anyway. So I was like, I'll just dump fire into those guys, which it did. The Devilfish took a hull point from the las cannon squad to try to pay back for their brothers that died. This IG squad moved up and fired at the 2 drones that were right here, wiping those guys out. So I was protecting myself from getting counter-assaulted just to get tied up. So those 2 squads are free, and they're going to go munch on some Fire Warriors. Other shooting. The Icarus quad autocannon bad boy right here fired and put another hull point on the Tiger Shark.
Yep.
So
he's taken 3.
Taken 3 out of 5.
He's got 2 left.
Only 2 left. I really need that to go boom or bye-bye or something. The 3 autocannons right here shot at the Remora. It does have some crazy stealth rules, so I only got 1 hull point on it, but I'll take it because we're playing with, because the rules are a little bit dated. It didn't really have hull points, so we're assuming it has 2. So we're going with that. I'll get to that scrum in a second. Over here, the veterans came out that were blown out of their Centaur.
They have 2
they
meltas.
Yep, they had 2 meltas. They took some shots, and I lost the plasma and another melta, but they unloaded over here and did just enough damage to actually take that Skyray out. The Sentinels over here put a hull point from shooting with the autocannons. It's front armor 13, so statistically it was pretty high. Then they charged it and actually got another strength 5 hit and managed to get another hull point. So that Skyray it's still up. It still can shoot, but we'll take the glances. We'll go with that. This nonsense over here, there were 3 mantas, or not mantas, piranhas, excuse me. They're sea-like bad boys. 3 piranhas. The Chimera turned and fired and took 1 out. The Vanquisher turned and fired.
Blew another one.
Blew one out. I thought I was going to get 2 because it's a las cannon and a Vanquisher cannon, but whatever. I'll take the 1. So there's 1 left, and I still got to deal with those drones back there. This Barracuda is actually perfectly fine, so we'll see what happens. So one other thing.
This is the big part.
This was the craziness. So I knew these drones were here. So the Elysians got out. and they surrounded the vehicle and touched it, and I ran to get the extra distance. I did not want to get R2-D2'd again, so cover all your reports, don't let them talk to strange computers, don't want those drones hijacking my ride again. These bad boys are quickly becoming my MVPs. The battle cannon fired at the drones, doing a number of wounds, killing some stuff, heavy bolters unloaded on them. These guys were able to get into assault. I shot them with a flamer, didn't do anything. They were able to get into assault. Not only did they pull the drones off the vehicle, they beat them in combat. They are veterans, and the drones, there are 3 drones left, and they are on the run now. So
they broke and ran.
They broke and ran. So
the tower no longer in combat with it, and the Astra Militarum, the Elysian stormtroopers are, so it is now back under Imperial control. Yes, I didn't get to move it because it happened during my shooting phase when I took control, and we had to clean up the combat anyway, so it was stuck. So it is now going to be mobile. We will see what the Tau do at the top of 3. See if this Tiger Shark hangs around, what it's going to do, see what this Barracuda turns and tries to do. They still have 1 other Devilfish in reserve, so we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, this is a crazy game. So, narrative battle, turn 3 coming up. All right, Tau turn 3, top of 3. Over here, I'll recap real fast. The Barracuda flew in from that board edge and shot up the autocannon squad, heavy weapon squad. I lost 2 autocannons, and then I rolled like a 4 for the leadership. They took off. They're still on the board, but they are running. Good thing the commissar's on the other side of that las cannon, or they'd get shot in the face. Over here, we have Operation Angryfish here. The Devilfish is actually trying to block this squad from getting shot at, but they ended up killing 3 or 4 guardsmen, and they held for my leadership check. Oh, speaking of leadership, real quick, over here these Elysians got shot up pretty good. As you can see, the drones with their jump pack, they can move, shoot, move back. So which is what they did. They killed 2 guys there. The Remora came in and killed a couple more guys. I need to make a leadership check. They're on a 9. They're basically they're counting as veterans, or what is it? The Scions. So it's a Scion squad. So let's see if they make it. On a 9. Woo! That's a 6 and that's a 3. Woo! They hold. That was so beautiful. Yeah. All right. What other lucky stuff can I get away with? This guy
took 1 whole point.
Yeah.
The Melta.
He whiffed. Of course.
He hit. But he could have done better.
And then 1 seeker.
Yeah, 1 seeker. So didn't do anything. Took 1 whole point. Well, sorry. The seeker hit. He hit and whiffed. What are you gonna do? What else happened? This guy moved in and he shot up here. Or did you not roll that?
I totally forgot.
He totally forgot. We'll do that in a second. We'll come back to it. We'll find out what happens. But that's pretty much it for that turn. We'll do the quick shooting from the ship, and then I'll recap and come back with IG Astra Militarum turn 3. All right, for real this time. Tau recap. Over here, as you can see, I lost the Sentinel from the Tiger Shark shooting. I lost 1 Sentinel, and that guy actually has a hull point on him. He's taking a whole point of damage. And this guy, he can split fire because it's super heavy. This squad, I lost 2 guys, but I held my leadership check, so they're good to go. I forgot to mention, too, that the last Devilfish APC is still in reserve. It did not come in this turn. So it's going to come in auto next turn. So I have to be prepared for that mentally because we're going to forget. So, yeah. All right. IG turn 3. All right, bottom of 3 for the IG. What happened? So this autocannon ran off the board, surprisingly enough. This Icarus gun, the quad autocannon here, shot at the Barracuda. I did 2 whole points. Actually, I did 3, but he jinked. He only made 2 of them, or sorry, only made 1 of them. Took 2 whole points. So he is going to be hitting on 6 this turn. So thankfully for me, the las cannon shooting not super effective. I fired those 3 las cannons and the Icarus at the Tiger Shark, completely whiffed. I didn't do any damage to it, so it still has 2 hull points left. This Remora took 9 heavy bolter shots and did not go down, thanks to its awesome stealth field projector thing that it has, and ridiculous cover saves. What else happened? Oh, the Elysians. This was pretty nuts. So they were around here. They made it around the corner, assaulted the drone squad. Killed a couple of them in assaults, whatever, not a big deal. I took a casualty back. I actually broke them in assaults, and I ran them down, and then they consolidated 6. So go Elysian Super Troopers. Also, ridiculous shots. This Vanquisher, thank you, shot his Vanquisher cannon through that little gap in the trees at the Tau Devilfish that was over here, blowing it up. It killed 2 of my guys here and 2 Tau guys. Combined shooting from rapid firing here, and this squad was able to take them down to 3 fire warriors left.
But I held.
But he did hold, so it did not break them. That was pretty much it for shooting. Oh yeah, and the other veterans, they are now escorting the transport, and their Chimera's backing up with them. So yeah, I've got a Remora to worry about. I'm curious to see how the Tiger Shark's going to maneuver this turn. Barracuda's in trouble. Oh, the Piranha also was shot down by this Lone Sentinel. Go autocannons, and of course this Sky Shark, Skyray, excuse me, was melted to death. He only had 1 hull point left, so I didn't explode it, but he's gone. So go IG. So that's going to be it for turn 3. Pretty exciting turn. Is now Tau 4. Devilfish is coming back on. Here we go. All right, top of 4 for the Tau. What happened? The APC Devilfish came in here. The Fire Warriors got out. They wiped the squad, but because they had to kill the squad, they weren't able to consolidate into the vehicle or run into the vehicle. So I still have control, so that's important to note. The Devilfish fired at the back of the Chimera with the burst cannon and the drones. It only managed to do one glance, rear armor, so lucky me. Over here, the Remora flew over. It is now skimming, so to be able to pull that maneuver off. It ended up doing a hull point or 2, I forget. I think it was 2.
1 hull point.
1 hull point, sorry, I already had 1. So he's down to 2. He's got 1 hull point left. So the Remora unloaded on the back and did 1 point there. So that was important because he needed to really kind of clear the way so that I couldn't recover and grab these vehicles. But as it stands now, I still have control. The drones ran off the board, so I'm drone free over here as well. Over here, some crazy stuff went down. Well, not really. Not too crazy, but these Fire Warriors, the 3 of them unloaded on the last 3 guardsmen. Double tap range, 6 shots, 3 dead guardsmen. That's what that means. So that's pretty much it. Again, the Tiger Shark and the Barracuda flew off the board. So I'm clear of air for the first time all game. But they're going to come back next turn at top of 5. So here we go. IG, bottom 4. Turn 4, what happened? The autocannon fired right here, did no damage. Just to recap everything that whiffed, the Vanquisher fired at it as well. The battle cannon missed, the last cannon also missed, no damage. But the combined might of the Chimera and the Lambert's battle tank took out the Tau squad. It was a combination of the battle cannon, heavy bolters, the autocannons, heavy stubber, everything firing on that squad. Wiped out all those guys. The Remora over here that was hanging out was shot down. Well, not shot down, sorry. Grenaded down in close combat. It did take a wound from multi-guns, or hull point, and then assaulting it in close combat took it out. I did try to down it with the Sentinel autocannon, but that whiffed as well. So I did end up getting 2 hull points on the Devilfish via the 4 las cannons. So the heavy weapon squad did 1, and then the Icarus las cannon up top also did 1 as well, manned by the Lord Commissar for his BS5. Over here, this squad is strung out. One of the things Big Red and I were talking about in this game turn is the fact that I kind of have to deal with those guys. I can't ignore them because they are close enough, or they're just kind of annoyance right now, but I still needed to string out this squad enough to be close enough to try to make contact with this if somehow I lose contact. So we'll see what happens. And it is now going to be turn 5 Tau. The Flyers are coming back in automatically, and we'll see what kind of dirty tricks they have. So turn 5 Tau incoming right now. Top of Tau 5. Did I mention I hate drones? Because look what just happened. That's right. The 2 drones attached from the Devilfish, they were easily able to make the distance and totally took it. I just got R2-D2'd again. So let me back up a little bit. The Tau Air Force came in, the Barracuda came in right over here. The Tiger Shark came in right there. As you can see, there's no more Barracuda because Lord Commissar on the last cannon interceptor, boom, shot it down. They only had 1 hull point left anyway. So that was like, all right, start off the turn good, and then R2-D2'd, so not so good for me. But the Tau is ready to go. The problem I have is that squad actually broke. So the squad I had positioned, thanks to the Tiger Shark, The squad I had in position to actually recover the vehicle, if this had happened, is now running. So I've got to run a bunch of guys up to try to get into base to base with that, and it's going to be really close. It's already turn 5, and we are doing random game length, so there's a possibility the turn can end. I'm not going to be backing up the... It's not going to be able to back up because, number one, the drones are there, and number two, that Chimera is totally going to beeline right there and box it in, so it can't back up. But that said, I am really pulling my hair right now. Thanks a lot, Tau drones. So, yeah. And then those two stupid fire warriors are still alive back there hanging out. So, more sneaky Tau problems for me to deal with. So, anyway, that's a recap for the Tau turn 5. It is now Astra Militarum, bottom of 5 going in right now. IG turn 5 recap. Here's what happens. Shooting, this quad autocannon fired. I happened to get one more hull point on the Tiger Shark. Then the Vanquisher fired at it. Both shots whiffed. This autocannon fired at it from the Sentinel. I did hit, and I rolled a 4 on strength 7, one strength short to actually get a glance. So close to downing that thing. I did kill the 2 drones, so they moved up there. This brave veteran ran up with his Melta that was in early on in the Centaur, still alive, still hanging out. Vengeance for his squad. Melta gunned the Devilfish, took that out. That just moved up to try to keep it support there. So these 4 guys actually rallied, of all things, and fired at the 2 Tau guys, and they are bye-bye. That's right. So it is now... Oh, the big thing that happened. The las cannons jumped down. I rolled really high on the dice there, and then I rolled like a 4 to get the run move out to there. And I am like 4 inches away from touching the vehicle. So it's going to be a race against the clock at this point for me to try to regain control before the game ends. Speaking of game ending, Big Red, if you will do the honors on a 1 or 2, the game is over. And the Tau win. So we'll see. It is a 3. It is a 3. So game continues. Tau have no ground forces as far as I can tell. Big Red, is that for sure?
That is correct.
So no ground forces for the Tau. They only have the Air Force, but they do have control. So I'm going to let him move the vehicle, and we'll see what happens. Top of 6 for the Tau. This Tiger Shark is my worst nightmare. Not really. But he flew in, he took out those las cannon guys, which I really needed to get range for the Atlas recovery vehicle. He wasn't able to do a whole lot, so he just backed it up 3 inches to be like, haha, just in case, try to make that a little bit more difficult on me there. I don't have... Oh, I've got this one guy left. So 1 veteran with the Melta gun. If I'm in range, if I make that run roll, I will get back in control before the game ends. I'll still need another turn to get close to my side of the board. We'll see what happens. That 24 inches in, I'm pretty short, so we will see what happens. Oh man, but I got to take care of this Tiger Shark too. So many things to deal with. So Astra Militarum, turn 6, party time. Bottom of 6, Astra Militarum. Let me do the quick rundown real fast. Tiger Shark is no more, so get that out of the way first. Between all the shooting I had, I was finally able to do that last hull point, blow it out of the sky. These guys had rallied earlier, they're moving up. The important move was this lone guardsman made it. He made it in contact. He was 10 inches away at the start of the turn, moving 6, rolled a 4, made it base contact. So I have reclaimed the objective. And this was a guy who got blown out of his Centaur, turn 1, hopped out with the squad. His buddies got shot and killed. He took out a Skyray. He ran over here, took out a Devilfish as well. So this guy has been all over the board, saving the day for the Imperium. Everybody else moved up. So that's where we're at right now. Because this is a narrative game, we want it to be a little bit more dramatic than normal. So what we're doing, I have technically wiped the Tau. There are no more Tau units on the board. We could call it right now and say IG victory because of that. But this being a narrative battle, I got to get within 24 to claim a victory before the game ends. So this is a race against the clock now. This is no longer a race against Tau, and it is turn 6. So on a 4-up, IG wins the game. On a 1, 2, or 3, the Tau have stalled me long enough to end it. So
call it a tie.
Call it a tie. So Big Red is going to do the honors.
Here we go.
What is going to happen?
1, 2, 3. The clock is. He couldn't make it in time. On a 4, 5, 6, it'll go an extra turn into 7.
4-up internet.
And he will have enough time to get it into the zone. Here we go.
4-up. 4-up. Oh! We're going to call that a draw. They didn't make it in time, but they were able to get the parts to it. So it was a heavy losses for the Tau. So oh, that was rough. So there you go. Came down to one final dice roll. That's the whole point of the narrative battles. The new kind of style we're doing it, where we're fighting for a good reason. So that was crazy. Big Red, any final word, any final comments?
We hope you like the game. We definitely, we're going to be doing more of these. We're basically, you know, we're getting cool armies that have all kinds of really neat units that you don't normally see, and we're trying to make sure that, you know, it's not just, you know, my tournament army versus his tournament army. Every game is going to have a cool story behind it and a theme, lots of special rules, and we're going to play it out for you guys.
Yep,
So,
yep, absolutely.
And
that was pretty crazy. I haven't had that much like teeth biting, you know, nail biting, teeth grinding, holy crap moments. Is it going to happen? What's going to happen? So, oh man, it came down on the one final dice roll. So that was pretty awesome. It's been another narrative battle. Hope to see more of them here at BoLS. This is AdamHarry signing off. Say bye, Big Red.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Have a good one. By the way, guys, in case you were wondering, this is how many books we had to use to play this game. If those were all in a backpack, you'd probably throw your back out. So we got the Tau Codex, we got the rules, Imperial Armor Volume 5, Seas of Rex, Escalation, that was where the Tiger Shark was, Codex Astra Militarum, Imperial Armor Volume 3, Taros Campaign, Imperial Armor Apocalypse 2nd Ed for the, what was that one for?
The Remora.
The Remora. So yeah, thankfully Big Red has a nice collection, but holy crap. That's a lot of books.